Archangel Michael says, at precisely 3:17 a.m., a secret camera hidden in an unfamiliar building captured a moment that will change your destiny forever. Someone you once trusted stood in front of a glowing altar, whispering your name, carving it onto an object meant to bind your fortune in darkness. What they didn't know is that heaven had already sent eyes to expose the act before the damage became irreversible. The footage wasn't meant to exist, but divine hands interfered in the technology to make sure the truth would reach you in time. The man's face is hidden in the beginning, but as the seconds pass, his silhouette bends toward the lens, revealing a sharp smirk and gloved hands soaked in spiritual ink. He didn't just speak your name, he branded it with betrayal. A circle of symbols flickered beneath his feet, and each one glowed brighter every time he said your name with twisted satisfaction. Your name wasn't just mentioned. It was written on a scroll of reversed fate, placed under a cursed object that was later buried beneath concrete. This was not a ritual of protection, it was designed to make you disappear from people's favor, slowly and silently. They wanted to erase you without touching you, to poison your name in the spirit before it reflects in the natural. But now that this moment is uncovered, divine justice has awakened from its slumber. A bloodline does not stand by when one of its strongest souls is attacked by manipulation. Type Amen to get blessing 333. This act didn't just affect you, it sent a ripple through your lineage. Your ancestors stirred that very moment, and one of them, a woman with emerald eyes, stood by your spiritual bed, whispering your true name to cleanse what was being rewritten. That whisper is the reason you've started feeling strange at night, like you're not alone even when your eyes are shut. You haven't been imagining the feeling of heaviness on your shoulders. It's the weight of your name being tethered by ropes only heaven could see. Those ropes were made of envy, resentment, and jealousy, formed by the very person who once laughed with you. But as of today, the knot is loosening. The person who did this walked away from the site thinking they had won, but an hour later, their phone buzzed with a message that made their hands tremble. The message wasn't from a human, it was a corrupted image from the same camera they forgot was there. In the image, behind them, stood a figure with wings. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The wings weren't ordinary, they flickered between dimensions, half gold and half shadow, signaling that divine judgment was activated. This isn't a time for revenge, it's a time for restoration. And you, dear one, are at the center of a divine correction unfolding over days, not years. Within 3 days of that ritual, someone in your bloodline suddenly fell ill without explanation. The illness isn't ordinary, it's karmic. It was meant for you, but the divine reversal began once your name. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You might feel a sudden urge to cleanse your space, to change your room around, or burn certain objects. Follow that urge. Your spirit knows what it's doing, even if your mind doesn't understand it fully yet. There are energies trying to linger in corners, but they can no longer attach when you take control. Last week, when you heard your name mispronounced by someone close, it wasn't random. Their tongue stumbled because the energy on your name was shifting. That's how strong spiritual work is, it rewires reality from behind the curtain, someone else. A woman with soft laughter is about to tell you something odd about your name, how it gave her chills in a dream. She's not your enemy, but she was once caught under the influence of the curse. Now, she's being used to return something to you, an opportunity she once blocked unknowingly. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The one who cursed your name didn't expect you to rise from it. They counted on silence, but what they failed to understand is that silence is your spiritual sharpening stone. What's coming next will not just shock them, it will redefine the power of your bloodline. There is a story in your family that was hidden, burned from records and never passed down. It involves someone with the same first initial as you. Someone who died under mysterious circumstances. Their name was also targeted, and the same force that hurt them tried again with you, but you are not like them. You are marked with a different light. This generation is protected by an awakened guardian who walks ahead of you in shadows and speaks for you when your name is spoken in wrong places. Type Amen to get blessing 999. A package will soon arrive for someone close to you, but it contains something meant for you. This package has a signature that includes your initials hidden in the design. Do not ignore it. Spiritual signals are no longer subtle. You will start hearing your name in random places, as if the world is calling for you. It's not random, it's divine recalibration. Heaven is echoing your identity through people who don't even know why they're drawn to you. Be mindful of a phone call coming between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. in the next few days. The person may hesitate before speaking, but listen carefully. A truth is hidden inside that conversation that will break a chain around your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Archangel Michael says, your name has now returned to its rightful place in the spiritual ledger. The curse is broken, but its exposure has caused a spiritual storm around the one who cast it. That storm will take form as confusion, lost connections, and physical signs. You will notice this person avoiding eye contact or speaking less. Their energy will reveal guilt before their mouth utters a word. You will not have to confront them, heaven already has. Their downfall isn't yours to watch with vengeance, but with wisdom. Because what you're being handed next isn't just name restored, it's elevation to walk into a role your bloodline waited generations to witness. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. Watch out for the number 17, it will appear often in the next few weeks. 17th dates, door numbers, receipts, or total bills. When it shows, it means the surveillance of heaven is still active over your life. You are not alone. This was more than just a ritual, it was an attempt to rewrite your script. But divine ink has reclaimed the page and your name has been re-engraved in light. You were supposed to read this. Not tomorrow. Not next week, now. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. They thought the damage would be permanent. They didn't expect a divine interception. The camera was their tool, but it's now heaven's evidence. The person who has the footage is already being pulled by dreams and discomfort to deliver it. They may stumble, delay, or feel fear, but the delivery will happen. When it does, you will know exactly what to do. Your name is safe. Your spirit is clean, your path has just been cleared from ancient debris. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. The moment that camera recorded your name under false intent, something ancient stirred in the ground beneath your home. That ground holds history, your history, and now, because the curse has been exposed, the earth itself is beginning to release the memory it once buried. At night, you may start to notice the walls whispering, a faint vibration, a presence moving without footsteps. That's not fear visiting you, that's memory being restored. The energy of your ancestors is walking through your space, tracing back everything that was taken. A few days ago, when you dropped an object unexpectedly, that wasn't clumsiness. It was a shift in magnetic frequency around you, triggered by your name's spiritual recall. Each time something unusual happens now, understand it as a signal, your identity is returning to full force. There is a specific window in your home that has always made you feel watched. That window became a portal during the moment your name was spiritually tampered with, but tonight, it will be sealed by divine hands. Type Amen to get blessing 1666. You may have dreams where a younger version of yourself is trying to tell you something but can't speak. That's not just imagination, it's the wounded timeline finally surfacing for healing. These dreams will come in flashes, but they hold clues to reclaiming authority. The person who performed that ritual did so out of spiritual envy. They couldn't stand how your name attracted favor without effort. But what they failed to realize is that divine favor is not earned by charm or trickery, but by soul integrity, and your soul has always been radiant. Name restored, it's elevation to walk into a role your bloodline waited generations to witness. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. Watch out for the number 17, it will appear often in the next few weeks. 17th dates, door numbers, receipts, or total bills. When it shows, it means the surveillance of heaven is still active over your life. You are not alone. This was more than just a ritual, it was an attempt to rewrite your script. But divine ink has reclaimed the page and your name has been re-engraved in light. You were supposed to read this. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. They thought the damage would be permanent. They didn't expect a divine interception. The camera was their tool, but it's now heaven's evidence. The person who has the footage is already being pulled by dreams and discomfort to deliver it. They may stumble, delay, or feel fear, but the delivery will happen. When it does, you will know exactly what to do. Your name is safe, your spirit is clean. Your path has just been cleared from ancient debris. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. The moment that camera recorded your name under false intent, something ancient stirred in the ground beneath your home. That ground holds history, your history. And now, because the curse has been exposed, the earth itself is beginning to release the memory it once buried. At night, you may start to notice the walls whispering, a faint vibration, a presence moving without footsteps. That's not fear visiting you, that's memory being restored. The energy of your ancestors is walking through your space, tracing back everything that was taken. A few days ago, when you dropped an object unexpectedly, that wasn't clumsiness, it was a shift in magnetic frequency around you, triggered by your name's spiritual recall. Each time something unusual happens now, understand it as a signal, your identity is returning to full force. There is a specific window in your home that has always made you feel watched. That window became a portal during the moment your name was spiritually tampered with. But tonight, it will be sealed by divine hands. Type Amen to get blessing 1666. You may have dreams where a younger version of yourself is trying to tell you something but can't speak. That's not just imagination, it's the wounded timeline finally surfacing for healing. These dreams will come in flashes, but they hold clues to reclaiming authority. The person who performed that ritual did so out of spiritual envy. They couldn't stand how your name attracted favor without effort, but what they failed to realize is that divine favor is not earned by charm or trickery, but by soul integrity. And your soul has always been radiant. Even when your surroundings grew dark, watch your reactions over the next week. If you feel like crying for no reason, let it flow. That is not sadness, it's the residue of the poison leaving your body. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. A specific item in your room, perhaps a mirror, a photo frame, or jewelry, has been absorbing energy since the ritual. You may feel drawn to move it or cleanse it. That pull is spiritual wisdom guiding you to break the last physical residue left behind. The person who once called you family is the same one who knew the old story of your name. They were told by someone older, possibly a woman, that you were chosen for something greater, but they twisted that information into jealousy. Instead of protecting you, they plotted silently. In the footage from that secret camera, there was another figure behind the ritualist, a shadowed outline that resembled someone long gone. It was the spirit of someone tied to your bloodline, trying to stop it in real time. Their attempt failed in the physical, but succeeded in the spiritual. Type Amen to get blessing 1888. Archangel Michael says, a scroll has been rewritten in heaven and your name has been unbound. The scroll contains your divine assignments, and it was paused the moment your spiritual energy was redirected by that ritual. Now, your soul contract is activated again. You'll begin to notice people suddenly remembering your talents, your loyalty, your essence. They will approach you not knowing why. Apologizing for neglect, drawn to your aura like bees to blooming light. This is not by accident, this is spiritual recognition in motion. Don't speak of this too soon to anyone, especially those who were silent when you needed answers. Some were aware but chose distance. You are not meant to confront them, you are meant to rise above them. Type Amen to get blessing 1999. The individual who tampered with your name will soon face public exposure, not necessarily through words, but through collapse. Their alliances will weaken, their control over others will break, and their name will feel heavy to those who once believed in them. It's not punishment, it's restoration. There is an event coming. Seemingly unrelated to this situation, a gathering, a meeting, or an invitation. When you go, something will happen that reconnects you to a lost opportunity tied to your name. You may hear your name mentioned in passing by someone you've never met. It's a divine echo confirming your re-emergence. Another soul who carries a name similar to yours will appear soon in your life. They will act as a mirror, not to compare, but to remind you of the strength your name was always meant to carry. Together, the energy shared will create a shift. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. That camera, now guarded spiritually, holds more than just a ritual. It recorded the moment where an attempt was made to trade destinies. Where they tried to spiritually swap their limitations with your elevation. That trade failed, and now they carry what they wished upon you. In your dreams, if you see letters, signs, or broken writing, pay attention. They are fragments of your spiritual name returning piece by piece. Some names aren't just words, they are vibrations carved before birth, and you carry one that even darkness couldn't pronounce correctly. A spiritual investigator, someone who works with energy, visions, or symbolic interpretation, is being guided to you. They may not introduce themselves that way, but they will be drawn to offer you clarity about things you haven't even spoken aloud. Listen closely when they speak. It's not them speaking alone. Type Amen to get blessing 2011. You'll feel an urge to write your name often, on paper, in sand, even in the air with your finger. Do it. Every time you write it, You reclaim its frequency and burn the false layer placed over it. There's an object passed down in your family, a bracelet, a chain, a garment, or even a book. That object vibrates when near your hand because it holds your original energy. Touch it with intent and speak your name over it. It will return spiritual protection back into your energy field. This is also a time of reflection. Take note of who has come closer and who has stepped back since the shift. Some souls can't stay near when truth rises, and others arrive only when the path is clear again. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. You'll soon be contacted by someone who feels guilt they can't explain. They may say sorry for something they believe was small, but it wasn't small at all. They were present when someone twisted your name behind your back and said nothing. Their apology is the first step to the domino falling. That one confession will pull other truths forward like a current. Soon, you will see how many people knew parts of this attack but remained silent. Do not grieve their silence. Your silence has become your shield, and now your voice will become your sword. The time to reclaim everything that was delayed because of that hidden act has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. The ritual that tried to bind your name also attempted to stop love from reaching you. Your name was placed inside a charm and buried in soil meant to absorb warmth and connection from your life. But the roots of that soil rejected it. Now someone who once distanced themselves is having repeated dreams of your name. They are waking up confused, unsure why they feel drawn again. What they don't know is that their soul is responding to your spirit being unchained. You are no longer tied to limitation. Your timeline is folding forward, not backward. The divine storm that was summoned has passed, and you are rising in stillness and light. Type Amen to get blessing 2444. And now, dear one, your name will start being mentioned in rooms you've never entered. People will recommend you. Opportunities will unfold unexpectedly. Paths will open not because of who you know, but because your name now rings true. Let this be the confirmation that the secret has been revealed. What they try to do behind curtains is now unfolding before divine witnesses, and no force can hide it again. If you feel your spirit stir, your skin react, or your breath pause, know that this message isn't just a reading, it's a release. You are being remembered, restored, and reclaimed. Type Amen to get blessing 2555. What began as a spiritual attack is now bleeding into legal realms. The same person who tampered with your name spiritually also attempted to forge it on something official. A document, hidden deep within an archive or filed under someone else's name, has your identity twisted into something it never was. Archangel Michael says, a lawyer is already reviewing this document without knowing who you are. But soon, your name will catch their attention, and the truth will hit them with undeniable force. What's hidden cannot stay hidden when heaven assigns a human vessel to investigate. This legal paper is connected to land, money, or authority that was always meant to be yours. But your name was erased, rewritten, or replaced, like you were never part of the story. The shocking part is that this document was submitted by someone connected to your family's past. Type Amen to get blessing 2666. You will start receiving messages, small ones first. A letter with odd initials. A conversation overheard that sounds like it includes your surname. These aren't coincidences, they are nudges from the divine realm telling you, look again. The footage that caught your name being cursed spiritually has now surfaced in whispers among those who work in private law. estate investigation, or spiritual restoration. Someone saw a glimpse of it, and they know something's wrong, they just don't know how to reach you yet. You'll feel this moment before it happens. Your chest might tighten unexpectedly, a breeze may blow even when no windows are open. That's the energy shift announcing that your name is being called into correction. Type Amen to get blessing 2777. The one who tried to own your identity is beginning to feel the collapse. They may appear fine on the surface, still posting, smiling, or pretending, but inside, their soul is cracking. Because the power they borrowed from your name is leaking, and what's left is emptiness. A spiritual investigator is not the only one watching, there's also someone with legal knowledge who is being spiritually awakened. They were once skeptical of such things, but they've been receiving dreams involving shadows, scrolls, and your name. And they're starting to believe. Their curiosity will soon become a mission, and their mission will lead them directly to a drawer. An envelope, or an old recording where your rightful name is mentioned clearly. The evidence will be so pure, it will silence every lie. Type Amen to get blessing 2888. The moment your name is restored on that legal document, a blessing attached to it will be unlocked. This isn't just about proving who you are, it's about reclaiming what was delayed, redirected, or stolen. And the person who hid your name knew exactly what they were doing. The handwriting on the document that altered your name does not match the real records. That's one of the things the lawyer will notice. Once that happens, things will move quickly. Expect tension in your body around your hands and feet, that's your spirit bracing for movement. Your soul knows it's about to walk into a truth that's been waiting patiently for years. Type Amen to get blessing 2999. You might be contacted soon by someone who knew your family decades ago. Their voice may shake, their eyes may seem unsure. But their message will be crystal clear: there's something you need to see. This person has no agenda, they don't want money. They don't want favors. They are just haunted by what they saw years ago, a change, a signature, a name removed from a page that should have never been altered. They were too afraid to speak then, but divine timing has unlocked their courage now. They are being led to you not by guilt, but by divine instruction. And their arrival will mark the beginning of public exposure. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. In the realm of records, someone has already started typing your name again into systems that once held it under red flags. They don't know why they're doing it, they just feel compelled to follow a trail. But heaven is guiding their fingers. Don't be surprised if an old case, insurance file, inheritance claim, or deed gets brought back from the closed section. The systems are no longer able to contain the truth. Your name is forcing them open. Meanwhile, the one who tried to block it will begin facing unrelated but symbolic losses: electronics malfunctioning, emails being exposed, financial confusion. These aren't accidents. They're echoes of the truth trying to come out. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. This isn't just restoration for you, it's cleansing for your bloodline. Others before you suffered from similar silencing, but never knew the source. You broke that cycle by surviving the initial curse. Now you're leading your lineage into rightful honor. A spiritual item, possibly a ring, a comb, or even a carved piece of wood, holds power that belonged to someone in your ancestry. It was passed through generations without people knowing why they kept it. Soon, that item will vibrate with new light in your hands. will act like a spiritual compass. As you hold it, it will guide you to places, documents, or people meant to restore your name's honor. This is not myth. This is your legacy returning. Type Amen to get blessing 3222. Archangel Michael says, do not fear the confrontation, you won't need to raise your voice. Your name itself will speak for you. Its restoration will come through paper, technology, and divine voice. In a courthouse, office, or official setting, someone will speak your name, and everything in that room will shift. Not because they know your story, but because your spirit will stand beside them unseen, ready to reclaim what's yours. The document may contain numbers, dates, or ancestral links that match your birth details in shocking ways. These divine codes are not mistakes, they are confirmations. Your presence in this bloodline was always intentional. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. Let this be your confirmation. Your name is already vibrating in rooms that once tried to silence it. Your truth is echoing louder than the lies that once buried it. And the ones who pretended not to know will soon be forced to witness your return. This next season will feel strange at first. You may feel like everything is happening too fast. But that's because the energy that was paused for years is now flowing again without restriction. Stay grounded. Stay aligned. And speak your name with love and strength every morning. Type Amen to get blessing 3444.